Hi, welcome back. Hopefully most of us had a really nice, peaceful Thanksgiving holiday. So with more holidays approaching us, I want to talk about how to diffuse emotional flooding. Now, emotional flooding happens when we receive an influx of negative emotions. So fear, guilt, anger, hurt, things like that. Now, I want to point out it's not necessarily bad to experience negative emotions, but it can be problematic when we experience emotional flooding. Let me explain why. Our emotions sometimes can trigger physiological changes in our bodies. So things such as a racing heartbeat, tense muscles, feeling flushed, or even our mind going blank. And this is problematic because then our bodies just don't work the same. So once we experience this physiological change, that can also impact other things such as our logic, our reasoning. We may become rigid or inflexible, and these things can lead to negative actions. So we get angry, we avoid, we run away, things like that. And then we are put in this continuous cycle where we are stuck in this loop that we can't get out of. So the goal is to get out of this continual loop. And I have 3 really effective things you can do to kind of help diffuse these negative emotions and break this negative destructive pattern. First, and this is probably the most important thing you can do, is slow things down. You can slow things down in 2 ways. 1, physically slow down your speech. We tend to race through things when we get angry or upset. So be very cognizant about how quickly you are speaking and try as hard as you can to speak slower. Second, postpone your response. When we do this, we take time to listen completely to another person's perspective. So postpone what you want to say, listen to completely, don't jump in, don't try to defend yourself, and even wait a couple seconds before you respond. When we slow things down, that allows our physiological changes to go back to normal. So our heartbeat will slow down, hopefully your muscles will be less tense, your mind will start thinking the same way, and things like that. So this is really, really effective. Second, walk away when things become too heated and your emotions become unmanageable. Now, I'm not suggesting just walk away without an explanation because that's probably going to offend the other person, but you can say things like, hey, listen, things are starting to get heated in here. Let's take a quick break and come back in 15 minutes. Or you can say, let's readdress this issue tomorrow. Now, here's the most important thing when you walk away is schedule a time to continue the conversation. Third, anticipate difficult conversations. The best thing you can do when you know you're going to have a difficult conversation with another person is to rehearse what you want to say. This may seem silly, but when you go over in your head how you want to phrase things, then you are more prepared. So when things get kind of heated or you get emotional, you already know what you're going to say. That's all I have for this week's quick tips. Join me next week for more quick conflict resolution tips.